above it all. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Psalm 90, verse 2. There is an old story about a shepherd boy, so wise that the king had him brought to the palace. "How many seconds are there in eternity?" the king asked him. "A long way from here," the boy replied. "There is a mountain made of diamond. It is 1 hour high, 1 hour wide, 1 hour deep, and it reaches 1 hour down into the earth. Once every 100 years, a little bird comes to sharpen its beak on the mountain, and eventually, when it has worn away the whole thing, the first second of eternity will have passed." Everlasting is a very long time. It is hard for those of us with a defined beginning and end to imagine what the Bible means by everlasting. We are born. We live a few short years, hopefully happy ones, and then we die. Not so with God. The Bible says that He has no beginning and no end. Dorian Sagan said of his famous scientist father, Carl Sagan, "My father believed in the God of Spinoza and Einstein. God not behind nature, but as nature, equivalent to it." Theologians and philosophers would label that view pantheism, the belief that God is not a personal being who exists apart from creation. Instead, He is said to be identical with His creation. Pantheism, in part, was the downfall of Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, who, in an 1897 talk titled "God in Nature," exclaimed, "What a wonderful thought that this mighty God that keeps the whole universe in order is in us." In 1899 he said, "Food is a sacred thing to eat. This grows out of the fact that God is in everything." The psalmist was clearly not a pantheist. God existed before creation, from everlasting, and He will continue to exist until this creation passes away to everlasting. He has always been there, and He always will be. There is no question that God's fingerprints are to be found all over this planet. Creation is a stunning revelation of His character. The human race is made in His image, but the Creator God is distinct from His creation and above it. An understanding that counters the rather human temptation to think of ourselves as God.